How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and I'm going to be doing a video today on the stock, and this has been heavily requested, HCMC, so Healthier Choices Management Corp. This is a penny stock that is super cheap right now, but has been on quite the run. I think it ended up closing at 0.0043. Yes, it is literally under a penny, and there's a lot of hype around it currently. There's a lot of things that are happening, and this is part of the reasons why I put this video together. I'm giving you the latest research and the latest news, what's going on with this stock, and then on top of that, I'm following it up with a technical analysis. So that's going to be coming up right now, and I'll be talking to you guys right after. Another heavily requested stock, HCMC. Again, the growth has been very explosive for this penny stock. As you can see here, back on February the 8th, it was trading as low as 0.0017. Big shout out to anyone who were able to purchase shares at this price and actually get to even sell at this top range of 0.007. That is a big gain, especially if you bought yourself a good amount of shares. All right, that was the high on February the 11th. So I know many of you have been asking me about that, hey, saying like, you know what, I want to get in now. What is a good area to actually get this stock at? And that's what we're going to be covering. All right, so the indicators that I like to use, as you guys can see, I have my moving average lines, I have the volume lines, and then I also use RSI as well. And we also look at support. We also look at resistance levels, where the consolidation is at, because it gives us a good picture as far as what direction this stock could go. All right. So when we start off from the February the 8th, we have a very strong movement all the way up here, where we end up getting to 0.0045. Now, what I always do, we see there's a lot of sell-offs here. But when those sell-offs happen, where do we see some consolidation? Right here on the day, it literally did very well. But again, these are resistance areas because it kept touching this area and coming back down, right? So started going down, 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 right? On the end of the day of February the 8th, after hours, made some moves up. And look where we have some support. So from 9:30 all the way until 2 o'clock, it literally stayed trading in this range of 0.0037 and 0.0038. We had a little bit of a gap down, right? But still, you see how it's bouncing right off that lower moving average line right here. Like, that's huge because we're seeing there's some support, right? It keeps bouncing right off. So now, this is the end of the trading day. Again, moves up again in after hours. And then we got to take into consideration now, how's the morning going? Still holding that level, consolidating at 0.004, right? And then right at the bell, we have a little sell-off, moves up, comes back down. And then look at this right here. Right around 11:10, again, testing the moving average, testing it, but bounces right off and literally consolidates right here at the 0.0041 area. Look at that. So this started off from 12 all the way to 250. Again, solid support. Then literally moving up, moving up, moving up, right? This is taking in after hours, going into the morning. And that's where it makes that push up to that high right there. And of course, we have some profit taking here, right? Right when it hit that, that's why we have this drastic move down. So from 0.007 coming all the way down to 0.005 to be exact. But again, find some support. And look at this. We have another support area. We have another support here. And after it starts moving up, right? But again, it's still respecting those moving averages, right? Then we have a move up here. And honestly, like right around here, Again, this is the pre-market area. And here, as you can see, this was more so the after hours area. So it did a gap up. But again, we have Fridays. A lot of people are not trying to hold this stock over the long weekend. It's already made some serious movements. So we have a strong sell-off. But again, what do we have here? Remember that support area I showed you? Right? Right here. 0.005. We definitely see there's some support there. Right? And then we have more sell-offs. This is around lunchtime. Boom, 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 boom. This is where it gets very scary here. But again, as you can see, we have some support looking at what happened on the previous days, right? Here on the 10th, it showed that it had some support there. So that's why when it touched that area, we see a strong recovery. Very, very strong. That just tells you, even when we look at the volume over here, there started a lot of buying. Look at this. 2.06 billion. So once it broke through here, hit that support line, started moving. When you have that type of volume, again, there's a lot of hype behind this stock. And of course, after a strong move like this, we have a sell-off, right? And then literally consolidating. Right? These are consolidation areas, seeing a little bit of resistance and stuff like that. This is around 3 o'clock. And then here we are. So it ends up closing the day at 0.0043. So now, here comes the next question. When should I be taking profits? When should I get in if I want to get in now? What's another range I should look at to get in? All right. So if you haven't taken any profits already, consider taking some profits. There's nothing wrong with taking profits. You don't have to sell your entire position. But hey, just make sure that you at least cover the amount of money you actually put in and let the rest ride at the bare minimum. You don't want to lose money because you're getting greedy. All right. I've learned that from experience, and I want you to know that as well and realize that. So now, as we can see right before close, looks like it had some momentum going up, right? So depending on where it is pre-market on Tuesday, the range of 0.0043, it could definitely retest these areas of support that we see here. So it could retest 0.0041. It could even retest 0.0040. So these are some areas. As far as 138, if the stock has a gap down, or maybe it does gap up a little bit, or maybe it stays the same, depending on whatever the open is in pre-market, I'd be very careful, because we saw right here there is an area of support. But what happens if this breaks? What if this area of support breaks, like it falls below? Then the next level that we can look at here, let me just move out the chart. We're going to go down. Where do we see more consolidation? Here at 0.0037. If that area breaks, where's the next area that we have? Right? Let's take a look. 3.7, we've established that. Looks like it got some support over here at 0.0033. All right. We go down even further. Looks like it's showing a little bit of support here at 0.0031. So what I'm trying to say is, the reason why we're looking at these areas is for your stop loss. When to take you out of the trade. So I usually like to have an area of like 10 to 15% for my stop loss, or you can use a trailing stop. It all depends on what you want to do and what's going to be comfortable for you. All right. Like I said, I am not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So when you do invest, just know you're doing it at your own risk. When you're in plays like with penny stocks like these, it's very easy for things to go south very, very quickly. If you have a long-term outlook on this company and you feel like they have the potential to grow and so forth, then by all means, you're going to invest in this company, and these swings and these fluctuations in price should not bother you, right? Because you actually believe in the company, you know they're going to grow, so you can stomach the volatility that comes with it. If this is for a short term or you're trying to trade off some momentum, those are the areas I gave you, right? Looking at where those areas of support are. The last thing you want to do, and the reason why we're covering this, is to get into the stock when it's dipping. Because yeah, you can get that dip, but you want to see some level of confirmation. What does that look like? So you see this dip right here? Once you see that movement of that green candle and you see other candles forming, that is confirmation. Because let's say, for example, the dip was here and you added here. What if it kept dipping? Then you open yourself up to losing more money. And from there, you just don't know what's going to happen. So that's why setting up a stop loss can really minimize your losses. And also, you might be able to also keep some profit, right? So whether it's a trailing stop or a stop loss, is going to be up to you. Am I going to be making a play in this? No. I know they have some things going on in regards to the lawsuit. Looks like it might be heavily in their favor and so forth. I've been seeing that. I'm actually going to follow a video up right after this. That'll talk about that and see what's going on with this company. And again, I'm very interested to see how this runs on Tuesday, because I know there's a lot of hype behind it. Hope you guys found this technical analysis helpful. Again, this is just taking into consideration the technicals. We're not taking into consideration news or catalysts when we do technical analysis, all right? We're looking at the chart, looking what everything looks like. Also wanted to kind of cover these particular areas. As you can see, I don't know if I mentioned that already. These are areas to think about if you want to start building out a position. Because as you can see from the RSI, look at that. It's around 44. Even when the RSI, when it hit like around 29.30, right? It had a price of 0.004. So these are some areas of entries that you can consider. But again, I'd only do it considering on confirmation. The way how it kind of ended yesterday, there's a good chance it might have a gap up on Tuesday, right? But again, it could gap down. So just know these areas. As far as a prediction of where it could go coming next week, if it gaps up, I could definitely see it revisiting this next. You see this next level here? We know that it can get there, and it shows like a little bit of support there at 0.0047. So if we can get above that, then we have the next level where we could reach, could possibly be here and be right underneath that 0.005. Again, this is not a play that I'm going to be doing myself, but if you are considering that, these are the exit and entry points and so forth. And don't forget, if you're up, do not get greedy. All right, so now we're on the web page for HCMC. As you can see, they have 3 different areas to the overall company. All right, so in regards to intellectual property and holdings, also the healthy choice markets, and also the vape store. All right, so as you can see over here on the HCMC intellectual property holdings, that's where they hold their patents, their trademarks, and all their intellectual property. All right, then the second aspect of the business, we can see this is their fresh market, right? So 3 words that define healthy choice markets, with both Ada's Natural Market, an 18,000 square foot full service grocery store serving the Fort Myers, Florida, and 3 Paradise Health and Nutrition locations in the greater Melbourne, Florida area. Serving their respective local communities, or stores provide all natural and organic products in a friendly and health atmosphere. This includes vitamins, supplements, hormones, antibiotic-free meats, and bulk foods and so forth. So again, this is a healthy food market. And then the next aspect of the business are the vape stores. So with 9 vape stores across the southeast United States, the vape store has a clear foothold in all the still ever growing e-cigarette vaping market. The vape store is made up of regionally branded stores consisting of our flagship, the Vape Store brand, along with Vapor Max and Vulcan Vape, and the Grab Bag store brands. Selling top-rated hardware brands and endless assortments of premium house e-liquids, the Vape Store has an endless selection of products to provide users a better alternative to traditional smoking. And as what is this company is focused on, what they believe in is, I believe that the greatest gift you can give your family in the world is a healthy you, and that is Healthier Choice Management Corp. This is just for anyone who wanted an overview and wanting to know what the company was all about. So let's get into the next piece. All right, so let's go over why HCMC is gaining so much attention as of late. So they actually filed a lawsuit back on November 30th, 2020. This is from their website showing you this information, and it's a lawsuit against a cigarette company by the name of Phillip Morris. So let's get into it. So Healthier Choices Management Corp. today announced that the filing of its patent infringement lawsuit against Phillip Morris and Phillip Morris Products SA in connection with their product known as marketed as the IQOS. The lawsuit was filed in United States District Court for the Northern District of Georgia. The international law firm of Cozen and O'Connor has been engaged to represent HCMC in this matter. HCMC's lawsuit includes claims that Phillip Morris is infringing on HCMC's patent rights in connection with IQOS, an alternative tobacco product marketed and sold by Phillip Morris. Phillip Morris claims that it is currently approaching 14 million users in its IQOS product and has reportedly invested over $3 billion in their smokeless tobacco products. Phillip Morris has been very open about their ongoing transition from traditionally fully combustible cigarettes to their modified risk tobacco products, including IQOS. The Phillip Morris IQOS product is currently the subject of 2 other patent infringement proceedings filed by R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company. One proceeding is before the International Trade Commission and seeks to stop the importation of the IQOS product into the United States. And the other patent infringement action currently pending in the Eastern District of Virginia, R.J. Reynolds' patents are unrelated and not affiliated with the patents asserted in the HCMC case. We are pleased that after a lengthy and careful analysis, a law firm with the patent litigation reputation and strength of Cozen O'Connor will be enforcing our patent rights. So this is why we see that there's a lot of attention around this stock. We also want to look at Mr. Holman concluded. We look forward to proving our allegations of infringement in this matter and intend to continue to move forward against any and all companies that infringe upon our intellectual property in both the tobacco and cannabis categories. So again, this is huge in the sense that we already know the size of Phillip Morris, right? I'll go over that again just in case you're not aware of this. And what they've been doing so far, they've been able to actually really capitalize on this. So if HCMC could actually end up winning this lawsuit, which it really does look like is going to happen, then this is huge for the company. We also got to take a look at some things that came out afterwards, right? So on February the 8th, the article came out on Investors Place saying why Healthier Choices Management skyrocketed 100% today. So as you can see, it was up more than 100% intraday trading after announcing it had raised $5 million in equity capital. So per the company's Form 8K filed with the SEC today, the company sold 1,000 shares of Series D convertible stock to institutional, I'm going to repeat that, institutional investors. So we're talking about hedge funds, right? The big firms, for $5,000 per share. This preferred stock is convertible to common stock at an initial conversion price of 0.0024, representing a 150% premium over its Friday, February the 5th, 2021 closing price of 0.0016. That initial conversion price is subject to downward adjustments outlined in today's SEC filing. And this is all around because, again, there's been more attention in regards to this lawsuit. It's been talked about on Wall Street Bets and so forth. So the fact that now we have institutions that are starting to invest in HCMC, it starts to look a lot more attractive and the upside starts looking really good. I told you guys I'm going to be showing you Phillip Morris. So right now, Phillip Morris is actually valued at $86.12 a share, being up 76 cents on the day on Friday with a market cap of $134.12 billion. The market cap, to give you an idea for HCMC, I think is around 400 million. Right, so again, this is a very big company. Just to go over quickly, Phillip Morris is an international Inc. internationally incorporated Swiss-American multinational cigarette and tobacco manufacturer company with products sold in over 180 countries. The most recognized and best-selling product of the company is Marlboro. If you're a smoker, or you probably have heard of this, seen the commercials and so forth. So this is part of the reasons why HCMC has some upside. There's some upside here that could happen, especially since institutions have showed some interest as well. Like I said before, when I was doing the technical analysis, I may not get into this play, but you know what? Now when I look at the price of the stock and so forth, it's actually not that bad. Hope you guys found this helpful. Wanted to give you guys info that is valid. I know there's a lot of videos that be coming up on YouTube. As far as updates on the lawsuit, these are the most recent ones that we have going on and what's listed thus far. So we're just got to wait for some more news to come out, see how that lawsuit turns out. But again, this is actually looking like HCMC could actually skyrocket even further. So this is interesting. All right, I'll be talking to you guys soon. All right, so we can see there's a lot of upside that can go on with this stock, especially if it ends up winning the lawsuit. But one thing that I do have to say, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So when you do invest, just know that you're doing it at your own risk. Whether I'm going to even consider actually starting to get into this play, like I said in the technical analysis portion and through the news and the latest update portions of the video, again, I'm a little bit conflicted, but I think since the investment's not going to be that much at all, and there does look like there is some sort of upside, hey, I might throw a little bit of something in there and see what happens. I will definitely keep you guys updated if I decide to do that. But again, I just wanted to bring this to your attention just in case you might have some interest, or again, you're just trying to wonder and figure out what is the right information that I need to know to make the right investment or the right trade. All right, that's why I did this. So I hope you guys enjoy. Happy President's Day to all of my American friends out there and family, and happy Family Day to all my Canadian friends and family out there as well. All right, take it easy. We'll talk tomorrow. Peace.